Hello and good morning and welcome to day 7 of my tour of Kerala and a little bit of Tamil Nadu in 2023. Today I'm in Munnar and we're going to ride up through the Periyar National Park to an overnight stop at another hill station called Thekkady, and this will be the last hill station of the trip. I think it's the third one we've been to. So yeah, looking forward to another amazing day. I mean, you can see the scenery behind me. It's just tea plantations and these stunning mountains, and yeah, it's just breathtakingly beautiful. The roads are a bit mixed. Some of them are absolutely glorious, some of them are a little rough and ready, and hopefully the microphone problems I had on day 5 with my helmet mic will be fixed today, but let's see. Looking forward to a good day's riding. And here we are. This is riding back up to the main road. As you can see, it is kind of bumpy. Oh, and there's a taxi coming down, which is always fun. We're going to go with this. Nope. Let's go. Interesting choice. So here we go for day 7. As you can see, just absolutely stunning scenery here in Kerala, here in Munnar. I went for a run this morning, a little bit dark on this rough road, but yeah, it really is an amazing place. Back up and onto the main road, and it is just this glorious tarmac and nicely banked bends. This bit of the road is certainly wide enough for traffic in both directions. I don't know if you can see beyond the barriers there, but there's quite an amazing view out over the western Ghats, and you can just see a few of the peaks and the ridges just peeking through the mist and the dust and the fog down there in the valley. But yeah, it really is quite spectacular. Yeah, today's going to be another good day, I can tell. Actually, they're all good. So, but certainly when you can see the scenery, it makes a big difference. We had that one day when it was a little bit misty all day, and I'm sure we're riding through some stunning places and just never really got to fully appreciate it. I do like when you come across these towns, and some of them are quite big, like this one even. And you know, there's people just wandering out into the street, there's cars turning onto the wrong side of the road, there's no white lines. It is the chaos, I think, that a lot of people think of when they think of motorcycling in India. And I must admit, when I'd seen it as a bystander or when I'd been in the back of a tuk-tuk, it always looked so chaotic. But actually, once you're riding in it and once you get your head around road rage isn't a thing here. If somebody pulls out in front of you, they just got there first. So you just let that go, and maybe next time you'll get there first. And I still haven't seen a single traffic accident the whole time that we've been here. This is the 5th day of riding, I think. And yeah, it's considering how chaotic, like this tuk-tuk that's just pulling out across oncoming traffic into the side of me, and that they just let you go. Or if they're slightly ahead of you, you have to let them go. But yeah, there's been no aggro, there's been no shouting at the roadside, whether it's pedestrians or cows or people or vans. Yeah, and then you get a tuk-tuk that overtakes just like that, heading on towards oncoming traffic, just hopes that there'll be a space, and people just let everyone in. So I think we could all learn a bit from this. Maybe not having this chaos wherever we are, but I think it's certainly something that maybe worries people about riding in India, and it's really not a problem. Now coming down this very sort of dense jungle type valley. The top of this was the Thekkady Dam and the Thekkady Reservoir, and then down to my left, which you may get a glimpse of from time to time, is a very rocky sort of boulder strewn riverbed. Some of the road is like this, which looks almost newly laid, perfectly smooth, nicely banked, just a real joy to ride on. And then out of nowhere it just stops for 100 yards and you get sort of rocky, sandy, just sort of loose gravel. Yeah, just basically, I think, where they just ran out of tarmac, or for some reason that little bit wasn't done. Nevertheless, it's still a fabulous place to ride. We're seeing more banana trees and palm trees than the eucalyptus and the tea that we had much higher up. I don't know how far we've descended. I'm guessing about 1,000 metres, sort of 3,000-ish feet, something like that. But yeah, great morning, and we're not at the first stop yet. And then, as so often the way in India, you go from perfect tarmac to this sort of broken road, broken tarmac, quite bumpy, dry sand, very dusty. Yeah, completely different riding experience. But it's what makes the trip what it is, really. We crossed over a bridge at the bottom of the valley, and we're now on another one of these mountain roads which climbs up, with has so many lovely flowing twisty bends. You do see the occasional truck, the occasional bus, but most of the time it's just throwing this little Himalayan around, and it's just so much fun. It really is, and they just go on forever and ever. Now the scenery's changed a little bit. We don't quite have the same sort of mountains we had before. There's these sort of rounded hilltops like that over to my left, but the road is just epic. I guess this is, the sort of road that anyone would choose to ride if they could. Now, we're not going particularly quickly. I think I'm doing maybe 40 to 60 kilometres an hour most of the time, something like that. Occasionally a little bit quicker when we get a straight, but there aren't that many straights, and well, going straight on a bike's never that much fun anyway. So that's the end of the first leg for today. We've had a really good ride down the mountain, down a valley, and then back up the other side and then back over the top. Just really, really fun roads. I think it's been twisties all day. I don't think we've had more than about 100 yards of straight road all day. It's only mid-morning, I think it's about 10:30, so it's just the first stop of the day. It's a 180 kilometre day today, and we've done about a third of it. So yeah, looking forward to the next bit and on to Thekkady. Some more delightful roads. We work our way down this valley. Looks like it runs for quite a long way. It's all just another day. The scenery has changed again now. We're kind of in the bottom of a canyon with quite steep sides, but the road's a lot bigger. I think this National Highway 185 that we're on at the moment. So we just came through where they're doing some construction. A lot of the soil is kind of this very deep red colour, which you can maybe just about see some places on the side of the road. It's definitely a lot warmer. The bike temperature is now reading 32 Celsius. Lovely day. Just come over the top of a brow of a hill, and we've got this amazing valley down there. So we're definitely in hills now instead of the mountains that we had before, but we still have switchbacks. But yeah, it's just very, very open all of a sudden. I've been riding through forests for the last, well, couple of days really, and to suddenly get these views is something quite different. So we've just had a lunchtime pause. As you can see, I'm standing under a very shady tree. In a second I'll show you where we are. We just stopped at a little cafe at the side of the road. It's lovely smooth tarmac up through this bit, and we're right in the middle of tea plantations again, but this time on much gentler slopes. No sort of high peaks and steep sided hills. It is kind of bright out there, but I'll just come out and let you have a look and see what we can see. So there is kind of a viewpoint here that I'm standing on, but it really is just this spectacular landscape of tea plantations and rolling hills. It's beautiful. So I think we've still got about 65 kilometres to go, so another couple of hours on these roads. But yeah, really looking forward to it. It's yeah, just a lovely place to ride a motorcycle. Just had our break here at this tea and coffee factory outlet, and we're going to get back on the road. There's lovely smooth tarmac through here. Just amazing scenery. Lovely day to be riding a bike. I think we've now got about 60 kilometres to go, something like that. So I think we'll knock that off in the next couple of hours. So a slightly different scenery again, a few more exposed rocks. Everything seems very dry, almost sort of semi-desert-ish. I know there's still a lot of green around, but none of the little streams we've gone over have had any water in them. And compared to when we were up in the higher mountains, nearly everything was running, and we'd even had running water down the side of the road. I think we're now on the road that climbs up to Thekkady, and it's unlike any of the roads we've had so far. It's incredibly wide, certainly 3, 4, 5 cars width at least. I mean, there's no white lines on it, so maybe that's just because it's new, but it's perfectly smooth, like racetrack tarmac, and just lots and lots of room. Even for climbing up the hill, it's just very easy just to cruise past anything that's going even slightly slower. Even the corners like this are all nicely banked. So just as another stop, I think we've got about 30 kilometres to go. One of the bikes seemed to have a bit of a problem, but it's up and running again, and now everyone's here. So just having a few snacks. I just thought I'd give you another quick look around. I mean, it really is stunning here. It's still tea plantations, but there's lots of gaps between the tea bushes and lots of sort of parched brown grass, which looks a little bit different to anything we've seen so far. Also, it's not steep hillsides, it's sort of rolling hills almost. Some of it looks a little bit like, I don't know, I guess what you might see in Spain or Italy. But yeah, a really lovely day, and 30 kilometres to go. Looking forward to getting into Thekkady. And after that short stop, we're off again. So we're just cruising through this quite small road in the middle of this tea plantations. See the tea pickers over there to my left. working hard in this hot sun today. Bike temperature now says 42 degrees. I don't think it's that warm. I think it's probably low to mid 30s, something like that, but still, with vented gear, it's a very comfortable temperature to ride at. Maybe a little warm for my English blood. So this is the road up to the hotel. As you can see, it is kind of steep. I suggest we leave a big gap just so we can get through. Not sure if this is the steep bit or if that's still to come, but we shall see. I mean, it's steepish, but so far it's not been sort of crazy steep. There was some mention that maybe the van wouldn't get up, maybe just through this bit here, but it's no problem on a bike. A little steeper now, and there's like a sharp left at the top here. In first gear, that's no bother. So maybe this is the steep bit. We shall see. And there we go, that was it. That wasn't too bad. So that's it, that's the end of day 7. It's been quite a hot ride towards the end of the day, and then up that steepish hill. Apparently there are elephants, but I was too busy looking ahead instead of to the side. This is our home for the next few days up here in Thekkady, and as you can see, yeah, it looks pretty good. I think we can get by here for 2 days with that pool, and they have a bar, so I think pretty much everyone's happy. So yeah, we'll go and get sorted out, and I think that's it for the day. Thanks for watching. So that's it, that's the end of day, what day are we on? 7. That's it, that's the, actually I need to leave a gap so I can fade it in.
I will get out of your camera.
That's all right.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
That's all right. People can be in it. Oh, they can be in it.